Good morning, guys. Today is a Tuesday for us. Dad forgot to put the tailgate up. That's better. That would have been an absolute catastrophe. Okay, time to get to work. First thing on the to-do list today is layout and prep for the new generator switch that we'll be installing in a future video. Dad's going to take the lead on this one today, and he's going to start by laying out our box with some blue tape. He's going to use a series of tools to lay it out, mark it with a marker, and then we'll be cutting out the siding with our flush cutting tool from Bosch. For anyone that does not own this tool yet, all of the major manufacturers make a version of this, and it is absolutely worth the money. It makes cutting things like this a piece of cake. It's great for doing trim work. It's great for doing a number of things. They make different blades for different materials. Here we're just using a finished cutting blade, which does a nice clean job. They make blades that are made for cutting through nails and screws, demo blades, so on and so forth. If you don't already own one, check one out. For better confirmation that I'm heading for the station, I can feel love is real. And just like that, the siding's out of there. That saw really makes quick work of this kind of stuff. Okay, the next thing we need to do is address our waterproofing. Unfortunately, it's become kind of an industry standard for builders to wrap their homes in this cheap plastic home wrap. We don't like seeing this, but when houses are built cheaply, this is a pretty common thing. Our game plan is we want to use 30-pound felt, and we want to tuck it up behind this home wrap so that we're not creating any environment where water or vapor can get trapped. It's looking pretty good. So you start with your bottom coursing and you stack on top of that so that you're overlapping. Water never gets trapped behind it. Okay, just got back from Lowe's, picked up a 10-foot stick of PVC trim. We're going to cut it to length, miter the corners, and then use our table saw to route out the back so that it can overlap over the top of the vinyl siding. Well, as expected, this came out really nice. What we did was we built a little picture frame with mitered corners. The panel that we're installing is going to come out to somewhere in here, so we'll end up with a 3/4 inch to 1 inch reveal, which will look really nice instead of this plasticky, cheesy J channel. We were going to have a longer day today. Today on the schedule, we did plan on doing the first bit of material removal and trenching for the French drain that's going to be installed through the middle of this yard. However, this morning it did rain like crazy, and as you've seen from previous videos, this site is a nightmare with clay, and it does turn into a mud pit disaster. These track machines would have handled that no problem, but it would have been very messy. So we're going to plan on knocking that out tomorrow, and hopefully we get that done because we really need to. Along with all that material that's going to be removed out of the French drain, we have to do our final grading on the top and on the bottom yard, which as you can probably see is going to be a lot of material as well. So this wall came out really excellent. Wouldn't you say so?
Yeah, matches the grade perfectly.
Love how it stepped up to match the grade. Nice natural step up. And this planter bed that runs parallel with the back wall all the way through, that's very valuable space, and it's functional. The reason we did that primarily was to keep the fall distance under 30 inches, because by doing that we avoid having to put some sort of hand railing or safety devices on the top wall, which would have been an eyesore. So we wanted to avoid that, and we have, by building this beautiful wall. We were also originally going to be going with a different cap piece, which was a smooth finish and a different color, but we were able to find this split face piece in a darker gray, which I think looks really well. Good afternoon. As you can see, I am laying underneath the white truck, and I am preparing to lift the rear end. We've already loosened the lug nuts on the tire, and we are going to be installing an air ride lift kit that attaches to the springs in the rear suspension. This is so that when we hook up a heavy trailer or throw a bunch of weight in the bed, we can add air to the suspension and take any sag out of it. Okay, we got this jacked up as far as we can go without having to actually take the wheel off. We may be able to install this without having to take the tire off, which would be good. We were doing the Airlift ride control system. Basically, these brackets get installed on the leaf spring, between the leaf spring and the frame, and these airbags get installed between the two brackets. You attach your hose with the hardware that they supply. You fill it up to your desired PSI, and you're ready to roll.
Like so.
Wow. And then
So I think we attach all this, and then we start letting down the jack, and we'll get this to touch up. And this gets a bracket that goes around it like that.
Yep.
See this?
And we let someone else stick their arm and their head in here while we lower the truck. So for anyone installing this on their truck and are wondering what the complete assembly looks like before it gets installed, here it is. Okay, we've almost got the passenger side done. This bolt here is torqued to 25 foot-pounds. The bolt underneath, which is the harder one to install, is torqued to 10 pounds. We're working on attaching the bottom bracket to the leaf spring.
Like that. Let's get this down a little bit more.
Want the extension?
Nope.
Okay.
Center these.
Gotta remember to tighten that plastic nut on the top.
Do you have a regular well? 15?
I will. This is a whole bunch of fun trying to hold the socket on an invisible bolt while Dad tries to torque it. £10, right?
Yep.
Well, that's going to do it for today's video. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you could like the video and subscribe to our channel, that would be awesome. Thank you very much. Until next time, adios.